Welcome to the third video in our demo series where I'm going to cover off some of the more advanced features of Flowster that might not be as obvious or used as commonly. So the first thing that I want to talk about is divisions. You'll notice here that at least in our environment, we have more than one division. We have multiple divisions. Now, most users will not have anywhere near that number of divisions. So what is the use case for a division? You would use a separate division if for some reason, for example, if you had two companies and you have a team of people for company A and you have a team of people for company B. So in this case, we have Bright Ideas is one of our companies, which is staffed by one group of people. And then we have Flowster is another, obviously, company with a different team of people. So we have two different divisions. And the people who work in the Flowster division can't even see that the Bright Ideas division exists unless, for example, they are a user in both divisions, which you would have to add. And I covered off how to add users, I believe, in the first video. And you would have to add users to both divisions independently, and that would cause you to use up one of your user slots in each one of those divisions. And if you exceeded the number of user slots that you were allowed in the plan that you're on, then you could incur billing for both division number 1 and division number 2 if you exceeded the number of user slots that you would have. So think of it like divisions are drawers in a filing cabinet. The top drawer has a bunch of content and all sorts of people who have access to only the top drawer. The second drawer is completely independent of the top drawer. It has different content and different people. All right, so now I want to talk about sharing templates. You could share a template with one of your divisions that was created in, say, in Division A, and you wanted to share it to Division B, or you wanted to share a template that you created with another Flowster user who is a friend or an acquaintance of yours, and they have their own Flowster account. So when you are in the edit mode, I'll just create a new, this is the easiest way to show this. We'll create a new template. So demo share. So this template obviously doesn't have any content in it. We don't need to worry about that for the purposes of this. But this share icon here that you see where my mouse is will appear only on templates that you created from scratch. You cannot share templates that you did not create. You cannot share templates that you downloaded from the marketplace because those are not your intellectual property. So when you click on it, by default, allow sharing will be on. This is the URL that you would then provide to either an acquaintance of yours that you want to share your template with, or you would copy this URL to your clipboard. And if you wanted to copy a template from one division to another, then you would simply switch. So let me show you how to do that. So we're going to copy that. Sharing is turned on. Right now we're in the demo division. So I want to move this over into the HPI Ventures division. So I switch into HPI Ventures, and then I simply paste, once the Flowster has switched over, I simply paste that URL into here, and Flowster will say, would you like to import it? Yes, I would. You can change the name if you would like. Import. And now a template that used to exist or still exists in one of my divisions, in this case, the demo division, now also exists in the HPI Ventures division. Okay. The other thing that I want to cover off is you may or may not have noticed, but in our marketplace, while many of the templates are made by Flowster, not all of them are. And every Flowster user has the opportunity to add their templates into the marketplace. For example, you can see here that Joe Petruzzi has created this template. Flowster did not create this, Joe did, and he's put it up for sale for $100. You don't have, you can charge whatever price you would like for your templates. So I'm going to walk you through kind of how you would do that. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on Marketplace Settings. When you get to Marketplace Settings, the very first thing that you're going to need to do is become a seller. So you're going to choose a seller name, you're going to enter an email address, and you're going to write a description, and then you're going to create your particular profile. Now I'm just going to pause this video and log. I don't need to create a profile here. Well, actually, sure, we'll just do it for fun. I'm in my HPI Ventures division, so we'll just write Trent at Flowster.app. Actually, I want to create a fake email address, Flowster.com. We don't even own that domain. And I will put some stuff here. Okay, obviously not a very rich profile. You would want to do something better than that. So seller profile has been created and you have now successfully created your seller profile. It's time to sell. Do you want to create your first product? Yes, I do. So now it's much like creating a product listing. These are the steps. So what you're using this for is you have a given template that you've created in your account and you want to make that template available to other users either for free because you're using it for a lead generation purpose, or you're going to sell it. So we'll just call this demo template for sale. And we'll say that this one is an advertising template. And we're going to say that it's the demo share. And you can include more than one template, by the way. In this case, we'll just use one. It's going to be the demo share. And so we would write some compelling sales copy here. And then we would go ahead and choose some type of image or images, much like when you shop on Amazon, there's multiple images to represent the product. Then you would enter a price if you wanted to make it a private listing. So a private would mean that it was not visible in the marketplace. The only way to share it would be to give someone a URL, a marketplace listing URL, kind of like an Amazon product listing URL, and you would share that with them and then they could see it. If you want to include videos in your picture section, you can do that also. And then when you're done, you would preview your SOP. And all of the listings that get created before they go live in the marketplace are reviewed by Flowster's team to make sure that you comply with TOS and to make sure that you're not trying to offer content that perhaps isn't yours. And then it'll go through and it will get listed in the marketplace. So to show you a finished listing, let's look at Joe's. So in this case here, you can see if we click on Joe Petruzzi, let's have a look at his seller profile. So here he is. He's Joe at Organic Outreach. I help high-ticket B2B companies launch an automated lead generation system, etc., etc. You can contact the seller, and any and all of the templates that Joe had available would be listed here, much like if you clicked on a seller on Amazon, all the products they had for sale would be listed there. And when you dive into a product listing, as I mentioned, you can upload images. So here Joe has decided to upload images. Here's his description. This is the description that is particular or specific to this particular product. And it shows what's included and it shows it's a price and it's a one-time fee. Now you can also create coupon codes and discounts and all sorts of things to help you to sell your product if you would be so inclined. So to get more detailed instructions on how to use the marketplace, if you simply click on Marketplace and then you click on what is this, you'll be taken to an extensive article on how to use the marketplace, and it'll talk about promo codes and how to sell your playbook, and it goes into all sorts of detail on creating your listings and everything you would ever want to know about making your templates available to other people on the Flowster platform. And the last thing that I want to cover in this is division activity. And this is basically where Flowster just keeps a log of literally everything that happens. So if you, for example, you need an audit trail, you need to know like who did this or who did that or when did this happen, you can either scroll through what would be a very, 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 very long list of activities that have taken place, or you can simply start typing in keywords. So, for example, if we typed in podcast, we'll see if there's any division activity. In this case, in HPI Ventures division, there's not. So if we went over to our demo division, pretty darn sure that we are going to be able to type in the word podcast and see, there we go. There was a workflow that was archived an hour ago. There were several workflows. 2 days ago, this happened. 2 hours ago, this happened. And if you click on any one of these workflows, you'll be able to see. So for example, Bilbo Baggins was removed from this workflow 2 days ago. So it's just there. You're probably hardly ever going to use this, but if you do need to track down like who did what when, the division activity is the place for you to do that. So that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Again, if you do need to get support from Flowster, click that little icon down in the bottom right-hand side and you can message us, chat, look up FAQs, and continue to interact with the various help files and bits of content that we place here over time.